Well, it seems like things have finally once again picked up for the CS2 investing market. That's because we have finally hit a brand new all-time high in the history of CS2 and CSGO at a 5.07 market cap in the billions. That's absolutely insane and something not a lot of people expected because we saw a peak just around a month and a half ago. We saw that major drop off, and right now prices are on an insane trajectory all across the board. In the past 90 days, our market cap is up almost 16%, which is absolutely unheard of when you consider that so many of these high tier items are once again in the green. It is a very positive showing overall. Things could not be going better for the majority of items. Even if an item is down in the last 30 days, we're talking maybe 2 or 3%, and they're once again back up in the 5-day and 7-day graphs. Overall, this could not be going better, and we've got a lot of items that are up majorly. And when we're talking about the future of this area, I'm seeing so much positive outlooks for this right now. It's absolutely insane, and I'm super excited. Skinland is today's sponsor, and they're also sponsoring you with a free $10 on your first trade. It's where I personally sell my skins because you're going to be getting the highest rate out there. They're offering a maximum amount of money in a minimum amount of time, and it's going to be nearly instant with tons of different payout options. Combine that with their massive marketplace where you're going to be able to buy anything in the entire game you're looking for with a ton of different deposit options here as well. Right now, this is the #1 place to go ahead and sell or buy skins in my personal opinion, so go ahead, use code MasterShiny and check them out today. Now, talking about the one area that's complete uncertainty right now, that's going to be the Austin Major. That's because at this point when I'm recording this, we have not received a Champions capsule or a 75% off sale, or the last thing, which is going to be those brand new souvenir packages that contain the highlights. None of those three things have entered into the game just yet. Now, we don't know for certain when these are going to be happening, but the fact that they haven't happened yet suggests that this is going to be a very, very long sale. And if we look at the past data, that's not too big of a surprise. The sales have only been getting longer, generally speaking. So far, we are over a week after the major is finished. We have not received any new major content to come along with this, so I would highly expect that we're going to be seeing this in the next week. Now, when it comes to our capsules, the current ROIs are not the greatest, and they might look pretty equal all across the board, except our Legends capsule right here is at a 60-cent price point, not the dollar like the other two. It is significantly lower when we put it at a 25-cent sale price, so be very careful. The ROIs you see here are not equal because they're not always at the same price point. Very important to notice that because it's going to be a major loss if you try to unbox this at the 75% off sale thinking you're going to be making profit. And once again, remember, you're going to have to wait a week to sell any item you get nonetheless. Now, with that Austin Major, if there's one thing I would highly suggest you really check out right now, it's going to be the souvenir packages. That's because Dust 2 has really outsourced all of its growth into the Steam community market. Right now, we're looking at a $4 to $5 price point rather consistently for this package. I usually suggest that you don't redeem your tokens early enough, but honestly, what we're seeing for the Dust 2 souvenir package right now, it would not be a terrible idea to potentially look at that as an option. Also, you got the train that's the first major, so long term, this one could be something that people are going to be looking at. And then once again, if you want to wait, which is probably what is the best idea to do so, Valve is most likely going to be changing out something for the map pool whenever they bring in these updates for the Austin Major. Along with the weapons changes, potentially we see a little bit of some opportunity there for Valve to make some adjustments. Overall, I would say it's probably going to be the best idea to wait because these items are going to be here forever, but there is that opportunity to capitalize a little bit right now if you're quick enough. Now, talking about our case market, we've got some really interesting developments. First up, the CS20 case has surpassed the Prisma 1 and the Prisma 2 for the majority of its price points that it's sitting at for an average, which is absolutely insane. And I think it's a really good testament to right now, growth is happening pretty frequently all across the board. Our Snakebite case, if you want to look at it, has pretty much exploded. It's very stable for the most part. It's been slowly going up. Now it's gone up with a little bit of a curve there, which is very interesting to see. Overall, the cheaper rare cases are definitely ones I would keep my eyes on. Right now, we're seeing some very interesting statistics. My previous video, we talked about the fundamentals. If you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest you do so. But the fundamentals on these cheaper rare cases right now are completely undervalued for the majority of these, in my personal opinion. And right now, we're starting to see a little bit of that growth capitalize. Overall, this position is a very desirable one. And honestly, I don't think too much is really going to be changing. Our unboxing numbers are solid. They are a little bit decreasing to what we were seeing a couple months ago. But honestly, as a really generalized standpoint, the rare case market right now is in a really good position. The active duty, which we'll talk about in a quick second, is a little bit interesting as well. Talking about those purchasable and active duty cases, we got the Beaver and we got the Gallery case. Both of these have kind of rebounded in price. If we want to look at them, potentially a 10 to 15% period of growth over the past month. They're both sitting roughly back at $1 right now, which is honestly what we should be expecting to see for these moving forward. Now, talking about our active duty cases, there's two of them that have been completely exploding in price. First up, we got the Recoil case, up almost 50% in the past month, which is insane. It's gone up to almost a 40-cent price point point, and this is really a testament to the overall bias numbers right now. It was the cheapest case out there, and people are always going to be flocking to the cheapest case. The fact that it is an active duty makes it very questionable for an investment, but it's similar for the fracture case, one of the cheapest cases out there as well. It has seen some pretty strong growth, and that's also fueled by the fact that some people believe it's going to be the first one to go into the rare drop pool whenever we see another case come in. This is very evident when we look at something like the Revolution case, which is a little bit more expensive, but it's only seen a 10% increase in price, most likely fueled by the fact that people are just unboxing it. Then you got your Kilowatt, which really no one is interested in, and finally your Dreams and Nightmares, down about 5% in the past month. Honestly, this is just a stagnant pricing and not too much fluctuations really been going on here. Now, if you have not already, I really suggest you head on over to the Steam Point shop. You go to that seasonal badge tab and you go ahead and claim your 40 potential free XP bars right here. It's going to give you like 4 to 6 levels on your profile depending on what level you're at, and it's completely free, and it's really the only useful way you can use your Steam points, so you might as well go get it. Now, when it comes to Valve, there's a lot of uncertainty, but there's one thing that's for sure right now, and that's the fact that Premier Season 2 is over. Now, there's a lot of things that break down into this, but first up, I think it's very likely we're going to be seeing a major update in the next 2 weeks for this, along with the Armory, which is that limited edition item. It is gone in 2 weeks, so I think it's very possible these could be grouped together. It's not the most ideal, but it's a very strong possibility. And then talking about that Armory, first up, we mentioned that XM1014 got less than 2 weeks left, so it's a very strong possibility that that could be gone. If we want to look at it, obviously it has not panned out very well for Valve in terms of the overall revenue it's generated. If we want to look at our current ROIs though, number 1 and number 2 are actually charms, which is very interesting and something that we haven't really been saying too often. The missing link and the small arms are both up there. Now, this is very unique and something that Valve has not really capitalized on that much just yet. We've seen sun charms things, but not a ton. Otherwise, we've got our sticker collections coming in at 3 and 4. Nothing really big or questionable about these. We know they have a strong level of desire, and then our collections are really rounding out the bottoms of these ROIs. All of them have actually been slightly improving, which is very interesting to see, and something that definitely people are not redeeming their stars for these much anymore because the ROIs are bad, and honestly, the top tier items aren't even that expensive anymore. And to go along with that, we don't even know when the next CS2 case is supposed to come out. If you're going to look at all the data, it's really hard to interpret what exactly is going on here because obviously we've had the past 2 go straight to the Armory with the Gallery and the Fever case. It hasn't been that long since the Fever case came out, although we're definitely getting to a point now where case could be released any single day. I think it's a very strong possibility that we're going to be waiting a fair amount for a case, but the real question comes down to, is it going to be going to the Armory, which is very likely, or is it going to be going to the active duty and kicking out one of those 5, making them rare, which is what a lot of people are really banking on right now because the past 2 have gone to the Armory. It's a very interesting predicament, and it's something that Valve is definitely going to be weighing the options because they're making a lot of money off these cases in the Armory right now, and I don't think it's going to be very likely they want to give that up. But that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.